All right, y'all. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I am your hostess and your melanated queen, Lil Foxy, aka Seventh Wonder. Sorry. All right, that's just the playback, y'all. Please forgive me. All right, so today we're going to do a little review and we're going to be looking at the court documents for Shawn Carter, aka also known as Jay-Z. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled up. Y'all, well. Look at what we have here. Okay. Yes, y'all, you're getting it here live and direct. All right, so we're gonna bring these up because I tried to bring up court documents last night and it just was not working out. So hopefully, I am hoping at this juncture you can see my screen. It looks like you can. I'm just gonna double check real quick, y'all. You know how it is. Gotta make sure everything is running smoothly. Okay, so it looks like everything is going okay. All right. Anyway, so we have here United States District Court, Southern District of New York. All right. Sean Combs' Daddy's House recordings. And then they have also added defendants. Let me see. So this is Jane Doe, plaintiff. All right. Think so those 1 through 10 individual. And here it says those 1 through 10 and Shawn Carter, y'all. All right. This was actually filed on December the 8th. Yesterday, everybody. Yesterday. Okay. First amended complaint, it says. All right. And demand for a jury trial. So let's go ahead and read this together, y'all. Oh my goodness. Now, all these years they have been protecting Sean Diddy Combs, and they have been protecting uh Jay-Z, y'all. So just a second. Let me find the live stream because I might want to send it out and repost it a little bit here. So hold on. Let me get myself situated. Mm-mm-mm. With Diddy. Ooh, y'all, Shawn Carter and Sean Combs. Isn't that ironic? Both from New York. All right. Both rappers, both CEOs, executives, entertainers. So it says here, defendant Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, all of his monikers, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Shawn Carter. Oh, Shawn Carter. I think I spelled his name wrong. I thought it was Sean Carter. Is it Shawn Carter? Which way is the correct spelling of his name? Sean. Oh, maybe I didn't have his name spelled right. That would explain why yesterday I was looking for the court documents and I did not see them because I found a different Shawn Carter. Oh, well, what to my wondering eye should appear. But a minute just later, y'all, an a tiny reindeer. Now there is one on here that's 29 pages. This one that I'm looking at is 21 pages. So I'm trying to see the difference. I don't know what the difference is. Defendant Shawn Carter's motion to deny plaintiff's request to proceed anonymously pursuant to. Wow. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me pull up another one of these because Shawn Carter is fighting back. So hold on. Ooh, it is getting interesting out here, y'all. We have so much to talk about beyond just this. Now, hopefully, let's see. Hopefully, I can pull it up. This was fine. Okay, okay. All right, now we have both. So I can switch and toggle back and forth, I think. All right, so right now I'm going to read this 21-page document. So, all right, Sean, all right, so they're saying Diddy and Jay-Z drugged and R-worded a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Who would want to do some messed up mess like that? Many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Shawn Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice, y'all. Ooh, let me close something up. Okay. For decades, defendant Combs abused, molested, and raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, minors, and others for intimate gratification, to assert dominance, and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. He accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. Combs is one of the wealthiest musical artists in the world, behind the facade of being a three-time Grammy Award winner. Mm, 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 mm. Discovering and developing multiple famous music artists and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Moving on. Where was I? Okay, here we go. Discovering and developing multiple famous musical artists and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers in the world, there existed something sinister, a dark underbelly of crime. SEX trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, and prostitution. Combs is a menace to society, women, and children. While his wealth has kept him above consequence for years, Combs now faces the awesome power of the American judicial system and ultimately a jury of his peers who will be asked to punish him for his deplorable and conduct described herein. Combs's businesses. All right. So they talk about his enterprises. He's the central to the pervasive acts of all these assaults and attacks and abuse committed by him during the last decades, so on and so forth. I want to get into what actually happened. Okay. Combs and his agents, employees, and contractors through these Combs businesses would tell victims, this is what it takes to be famous. What are you willing to do to become a star? And perform this S act or else in exchange for the victim performing a non-consensual S act for the gratification of Combs and his cohort. Members and associates of the Combs business engaged in and or attempted to engage in, among other SEX trafficking, forced labor and activities, interstate transportation for the purpose of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So they talk about his history and his violence. I think I have read a lot about that already. Um, Highly orchestrated performances of intimate activity with both commercial ex-workers and unsuspecting partygoers. Combs ensured participation from these individuals by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them with or without their knowledge, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation, violence, and illicit drugs. Combs particularly fancied the use of the popular date, RAPE, uh, Rohypnol, or GHB, to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and RAPE onto countless victims. Combs often would secretly use the drug in an alcoholic beverage served at his parties. Partygoers were forced to consume the alcoholic beverage containing GHB, either prior to entering or while at Combs's party. There are also allegations of Combs dousing victims in lotions or similar body oils also laced with GHB, so that the drug would be absorbed through the victim's skin and make it easier to assault him or her. Further, it was well known that Combs had a practice of lacing water bottles with other substances such as Xanax and distributing them at his parties. Combs' recurrent and pervasive physical abuse took place for multiple decades. His tendencies of violence and actual assault were well known amongst his colleagues and employees, agents, and businesses. On numerous occasions, from at least in or about 1996 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. Combs also assaulted children, both physically and actually. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all see how they keep making my webcam freeze? You know they can hack into your devices, right? In 1996. That's okay, because I got something else instead of this. I'm using my, never mind. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun. In 99, he was arrested and charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief in connection with assaulting a record executive. Combs was arrested again the same year for his involvement in a shooting at a club in New York. Another instance of his violence occurred at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at Cassie. We already know they said a woman, as she was attempting to leave his hotel room. When hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Y'all. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, so they talk about Joy Dickerson Neal, who also sued Combs in New York, alleging that he drugged her and assaulted her and secretly recorded the assault in 91. Then there's Lisa Gardner, who he met at an event hosted by a record label affiliated with Bad Boy, sued him for raping her and a friend in 1990 or 91 when she was only 16. And then they go on to December 2023. An anonymous plaintiff sued Combs in New York for drugging and raping her. In 2003, when she was only 17 years old, this victim alleged that employees and business associates of Combs, through her affiliation with Bad Boy Enterprise, lured her to Combs' home, where Combs then attacked her. Now, that is the person in the DNG shirt, okay? In February of 2024, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, one of Combs' former producers, sued Combs for forcing him to engage in unwanted ex trafficking, among other allegations. Mr. Jones alleged that Combs regularly drugged others, including minors, by giving them drugs laced with ecstasy, MDMA, and other date RAPE drugs. Mr. Jones alleged that Combs, in fact, drugged him as well in order to commit acts of actual assault. They threw his case out, okay? And I am still in the process of reviewing some of these cases, but y'all, it's a lot of paper to be read, a lot of documents. So we're going to get through these. In May of 2024, former model Crystal McKinney and April Lampros. So these, I want to review theirs as well, sued Combs. Miss McKinney alleged that Combs drugged and actually assaulted her at his recording studio in 2003. Mimicking what has now become a known pattern, Combs promised Miss McKinney to help her with her modeling career in exchange for engaging in actual conduct with him. Now, my thing is, if he said this up front, why would you continue to hang around? I mean, because he promised you a, a successful career. Like, do you go to a regular job interview and they interview you at the job and they start asking you to do these type of favors? Would you get up and leave or would you stay there? So that's why I'm saying these people need to have a strong case. That's just my personal opinion if you're going to come out and allege these things. So Combs promised to help Miss McKinney to help her with her modeling career in exchange for engaging in these acts and conduct with him. Miss Lampros, an intern at Arista Records, which was an owner of Bad Boy, also sued Combs in May of 2024 in New York County Supreme Court for Okay, attacking her on multiple occasions, secretly filming these acts and showing the recordings to multiple people. Miss Lampros also alleges that Combs ordered her to take drugs on one occasion before she RAP before he RAPED her. Mm, okay. Okay, y'all. They keep freezing my webcam. I don't know if you can see that, but I probably could switch webcams. Let me see something here because I'm kind of tired of this. Hold on one second, y'all. 1 second. Since they want to play these reindeer games, let me see if I can switch webcam. All right, I've switched. Okay, so hopefully that will alleviate the problem. All right, let me get back to where I was and reviewing these documents. Oh gosh, y'all, where was the document that I was looking at? Hold on. Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think this. No, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, here we go. In September 2024, singer and songwriter Don Angelique Richard. Okay, I already read her lawsuit. Okay, so I'm going to skip past hers because I gave my opinion on that as well. Number 20, Combs' long history of violence. Okay, against women. Obviously, he doesn't like women. Um, His practices and desires are different from men, women, and children, but his actions are unequivocally motivated by the victim's particular gender and age. So they're trying to say that this is gender motivated and he's discriminating against females. He does not like women, obviously, if he's doing this type of stuff to them. All right, let's keep going. And then it goes to say, through this case, plaintiff seeks a full measure of justice from a man who brought his power, money, and influence rendered him untouchable. Plaintiff joins many other victims by filing this complaint and hopes their common voice makes it impossible for Combs to assault another person ever again. All right, Defendant Carter. Here we go. This is what we want to hear. Defendant Carter is like Combs. And I already showed y'all. Do I need to show y'all how he mushed that woman in the face in public and nobody said anything? Oh, okay, so here we go with Chris Brown running away from Diddy on the mattress. Let's look at what Jay-Z, aka Shawn Carter, did. Okay, mushes woman in face. Now, I thought this was an egregious act back when I saw it. Um, and I don't even know where is it at? Hold on. I thought this was an egregious act when I saw him do this. So I'm gonna bring this up so y'all can see for yourselves how it's ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous. Look at what he did to this woman. This clip first appeared in the 2000 documentary Backstage. Yeah, I had bought that soundtrack, that CD. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know. Go ahead, Maya. Look at this nonsense. Y'all see how he just slapped her, hits little girl backstage, set the record straight in 2004. So 4 years later, and what did he say, y'all? Jay-Z told us last week that the woman Shaka Pilgrim is one of my best friends, insisting we were playing. Did that look like he was playing? You know, they can pay people off to silence them. Backstage director Chris Fiore said he left out footage where they both laughed and hugged immediately afterward. That's a lie. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And they're not showing the woman. Hold on on. I want to actually see the woman. Okay, let's see if we can find a better view of this. Look at him. Got a stupid look on his face right there. Does that look like he was joking? No, that looked like he couldn't stand that woman. Like, get the F out of my face. That's what that looked like. And look at all these dudes in the background. Nobody is doing anything to defend her honor. They all standing around the same way that these victims said that people stood around and just watched and did nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. You're witnessing it here first. Now let's also hear what Jazzo, your homeboy Jazzo, had to say about Jay-Z back in the day. Just in case y'all want to know where Jay-Z got his flow from, okay? There's a guy named Jazzo. Now, he had to clear up rumors because I think he got threatened. Okay. But back in the day, he made some interesting claims about Jay-Z. Now, please believe, I am sure they are scrubbing the internet like crazy right now for Jay-Z. Let's not even get into the fact of how he's denying his children. Um, he got this stupid, don't he look dumb right there? This just looks stupid. And I never thought he was attractive. I never knew why people like seemed like they worshiped him. I didn't see what the big hype was about. Like Hova. And let's not even get into the Lucifer lyrics on the Black album. The man openly worships Satan, y'all, and y'all still act like y'all can't. Just y'all stupid, and he thinks he's Basquiat. Like, please sit down somewhere. Um, yeah, I'm trying to actually find the information that I'm looking for so I can show it to you. I have it saved in my notes, so hold on one second. Where's that information with Jazzo? Yeah, because I try to save stuff, but I'll be having so many things. Okay. So Jazzo. And it was on it was some type of interview or documentary. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. You gonna hear it? Let me see. Where's Jazzo? So right here is let's hear what 50 Cent has to say, y'all, real quick. Let me see if I can play this.
You image yourself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter. I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so you image yourself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter. I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right?
Okay, so he definitely does idolize Basquiat. Okay, Basquiat is from Europe somewhere, I think, and he died very early in age, but he definitely does want to be that person. All right, let's keep going because I want to still get into what Jazzo had to say. And if you haven't heard Jazzo, um, hold on. If you haven't heard Jazzo the way he raps, I want you to hear that too, because that's where Jay-Z got his flow from, y'all. And, it's sad that people are not aware of it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'll try to find that clip when I can. Now, as you can clearly see, he's pictured with Aaliyah there, and they were trying to have him Aaliyah going back and forth. Breaking news. Y'all, what is going on out here? All right, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let's hear this is how Jazzo tried to clear up the rumors. So let's hear what he has to say real quick. Yeah, he tried to clear up these rumors.
Statement. As far as
He tried to retract.
Georgia Vlad TV with my man Jazzo. We want to clarify some statements that was made.
Yeah, you know, just down here in ATL, man, kicking my feet up a little bit. But yo, we here today basically, to address a matter, that's been kind of like crazy over the internet these past few days on some statements I supposedly made. But anybody who watched all the footage could basically put it together that the heading doesn't necessarily match, the content of the video. With Jay-Z, man, he's involved. He's involved, but involved with this shit, man. He involved with that play shit. Like, see, people don't understand the science behind Satan, Lucifer, and God. And if you notice, he calls himself Jehovah or Hove. First off, I want to make
Now, what did he say?
shot the footage.
What did he say?
Responsible for that heading, right? And just took it a little too far. And you can best believe I'm gonna address that matter, in a gentlemanly fashion, how I do. You know what I'm saying? Content of the video. With Jay-Z, man, he's involved. He's involved, but involved with this shit, man. He involved with that play shit. Like, see, people don't understand the science behind Satan, Lucifer, and God. And if you notice, he calls himself Jehovah or Hove. First off, I want to make a statement. As far as Jay-Z, I never said he was a homosexual.
Okay. All right. You get the picture, right? So he retracted and recanted, and I believe he was threatened and probably paid off. So basically, now let's hear Jazzo. And let me see. He did some songs against Jay-Z back in the day. All right, hold on. Let's listen.
Serious nigga. The long wait is my patience is took a leave, let you breathe, all that. You point amnesia, you non-believer, you worse, don't you know? No, I'll begin until it's look at your name, same as the letters of your God. People put it together, ain't finished, but you looks in your game, crooked and lame. Say my name, put your palms together. Where did you learn the verse? Get a burn the verse that make all concern disperse. Flashback a few thousand days when you were coming of age. Working with me, G points, time in the cage. Jazz dollars got you, but you ain't.
Now tell me that doesn't sound like a Jay-Z flow. Where do you think Jay-Z got his flow from, right? So I've been knowing this for years, y'all. I've been knowing this for years. And back, man, don't even get me started, because there is so much going on with Jay-Z that I don't know why people worship him. And you had grown men in their 30s and 40s, probably even in their 50s, about, oh my God, Jay-Z, Jehovah. Man, calm down. Calm down. He's a person just like everybody else. That's how I see it. So that's one thing. I know we're talking about the lawsuit and everything, but I just wanted to give y'all some background, okay? Now let's hear how Jay-Z used to rap before he was famous, okay? Jay-Z before the fame, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's right here.
You remember the first time you rapped on stage at a real concert?
Yeah, I forgot the lyrics.
You forgot the lyrics?
Yeah, my partner at the time, his name is Damon. I was like, finish. He's like, I don't rap. And that was the end of it. The worst show ever.
We have a video of what I believe, and I could be mistaken, is your first television performance. Now, the other guy you're going to see in the video is Big Daddy Kane.
Okay.
Who's a guy who you started out with.
Well, let's take a look at that.
Just verse freestyle. Check. Here I am, the man. I swing it and sing it and bring it to light on the mic. Again, together forever, endeavors to always prevail. Well, whatever the weather, I'm better, you seem to pale in comparison. Jay-Z's embarrassing. Your time after, bigger the rhyme master, bigger the last Jay-Z rhyme, so you can say I'm the pro line. Yes, it really is. That was embarrassing. Was it embarrassing?
Yeah,
Because I watched, I was like, oh, that was
I
great.
said something about Jay-Z's embarrassing. That was like I was a prophet because that was very embarrassing. The haircut, the shirt. I mean, yeah.
It looked like you're going to play a round of golf after the.
All right, y'all.
I am Jimmy Kimmel. If you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all our latest videos
Y'all,
before they die and go to YouTube heaven.
hold on for a second. I'm trying to see how to stop this. Hold on. Where was I? I got to click on the tab, right? Oh, here we go. Click on the tab. So, wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I got my screens confused. Hold on, hold on. Okay, I think I see where I'm at. Okay, this is me. All right, so I don't know. Hopefully y'all could see that. Let me rewind it back and see if y'all could see what I was looking at. Just a second. Yeah, okay, so okay. I think y'all were able to see it. Okay, looks like you were able to see that. All right, so let's get back to sharing the court documents. And let me see, stop sharing for a second. Okay, I found out where I was, y'all. I got a lot of different tabs. Okay, so let's get back to the court document now that we've seen that. Okay. All right, so page 129. Okay, got it. So they're saying defendant Carter is like Combs, a wildly successful rapper and businessman. Carter and Combs have a long history together. Carter met and began collaborating musically with Combs in the 90s. We already heard about all of that. They rose together to the very top. Okay. All of that, we already know the story. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person other than Combs's mother who is allowed to call him by his legal name of Shawn. Now, that's also in Kim Porter's book. If you haven't read it, I've reviewed that on the channel as well. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for after the party is the after party. Da, 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 in the hotel lobby. Fiesta, fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta. Shout out to R. Kelly, y'all, because Shawn Carter was back there with R. Kelly, and Diddy was back there with R. Kelly. He would never make love to you like I do, so give it to me. Hey, because I can show you what a real love. Da, 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 da. It's just to satisfy when you heard of he's your pain girl. Da, 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 it's your thing, girl. Yeah, that was R. Kelly, and that was also Puffy. There was also Shawn Carter, and there was also R. Kelly. They did not one, but two albums together. All right, let's keep going. But anyway, let's go on. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. Parties. Plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Alabama. Defendant Shawn Combs is a male who, on information and belief, resides in New York City. Through incarceration in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Oh gosh, these people. Information and belief at all relevant times, Combs owned and or controlled Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings and all of that. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep. I want to hear what happened. Okay, let's read what happened. It's just talking about his businesses and how they're operated, who owns them, where they are located. So I'm skipping through all of this because this is just for, court purposes, and I just want to speed this up. So defendants' organizational does 1 through 10 are currently unknown entities who were owned by and or employed defendant Combs and enabled and conspired with the commission of, so basically his employees, and they were complicit in what happened. Defendant individuals, those 1 through 10, are currently unknown celebrities and or persons of interest who enabled and or conspired with the commission of the conduct complained of herein. At the parties in at as the parties engage in discovery, listen to this. As the parties engage in discovery, so that means basically if these you can either be one of two things. Okay, this is what my Mary Kay director taught us. You can be an investor or an embezzler. So you can invest into your business or you can embezzle out of your own business. That means you are not putting more money back into your business or your brand. You're just taking money out and you're going to go out of business, right? You can also be a witness or an accomplice. That's basically what they're saying in this lawsuit when they say upon discovery. So if they discover you and they start to put your name out there, this is because they're allowing you and giving you a chance to be a witness or be an accomplice. Which one do you want to be? All right, let's continue here. Plaintiff retains the right to amend. Okay, they're clearly telling all these other quote unquote celebrities that the plaintiff has the right to amend the complaint to add these individuals by name. If you do not, probably settle, throw some money into the situation because the attorney's going to get paid from the settlement about 30%. So I'm pretty sure a lot of these celebrities have been paying people behind the scenes for this not to come to light. I'm just Jenny from the block. Defendant Shawn Carter is a male who, on information and belief, maintains residences in both New York, big city of dreams. Everything in New York ain't always what it seems. And Los Angeles, to live and die in LA, the place to be. You got to be there to know it. Everybody wanna see, to live and die in LA. Shout out to Lassane Parish, aka Tupac Shakur. Defendant Carter is more commonly known by his industry name of Jay-Z. Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel. So I already knew this is what happened. They probably said, we're going to go forward with announcing your identity if you do not pay. And he probably was like, I'm not paying. So then they went forward. Requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. I told you, just like the Cassie thing. And he paid, and look what happened. Cassie kept quiet because Cassie was after a payday. If Cassie wanted him arrested, she would have filed charges to have him put away behind bars. But that's not what she did. So I have my opinions on that as well. Real victims want to see that person suffer. They don't just want to get paid. They want that person to suffer the way that they had to suffer. Because throwing money at a situation is not enough. If you have plenty of money and you just be like, oh, let me just give you this. Oh, let me just sprinkle some of this over here, over there. I got plenty of it. I got ways to make money. You're always going to be like, oh, I got paid off to shut up and be quiet. It was okay for what they did. So let's keep going, y'all. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiffs' lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. The effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated by Carter. Now, everybody's been saying that Carter has been very quiet lately. You know, he has ties to the mafia. What's that lady that they said was pregnant? Kathy White. She mysteriously ended up no longer here. And let's not even get into the alleged son that he has. So let me see if we can find that information for you. Let's get back to what did his son say happened? Jay-Z's son. Because I wanted to talk about this months ago, probably even a few years ago. So allegedly, this guy right here is Jay-Z's son. Okay. Now, you can clearly look at his nose. You can clearly look at the facial features. Not only does he have a son, but an older daughter, y'all. Allegedly, is what they want to say. But this is what they say. This is his son. And I had the interviews of where his family members came out talking about it. This is his mother. She was the one that admitted and said, yes, Jay-Z is your father. His mother's no longer here. She passed away. So here we go. This is it right here, y'all. And I think what happened is he refused. Oh, so see, that's Jay-Z, and I think that's supposed to be his son over to the left. Kind of like the whole Bill Clinton thing. You know, Bill Clinton has a quote unquote what they call illegitimate child that he was paying for. Look, you can't tell me that that's not Jay-Z's face. He said, this guy right here said that somebody has started shooting at him because he came out and told, you know, the world basically that Jay-Z is his father. Yeah.
This day, though it's unclear if the Supreme Court can compel Jay-Z to submit to genetic testing should Ramir's request be successful. But Jay-Z's attorneys have denied Ramir's claims. The allegations have been previously reviewed thoroughly by the courts and have been refuted. I am sure that will be the outcome of...
How can a court review the claims and say that they are refuted if he refused to take a DNA test? Like, you don't...
whatever filings Mr. Satterway may be currently considering. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And all that is, it's all about fame, y'all. It's because, you know, his business wife does not want him acknowledging. It's just sickening, y'all. These people are sick and narcissistic. Let's keep going. All right. So moving along. Where were we? Okay, so basically they're saying that Jay-Z, you know, sent his goons to harass and antagonize the attorneys, right? But the attorney said that didn't stop them from moving forward. And because he did this, this is when the plaintiff decided that she was going to name who Jay-Z is. Each of the Combs corporations aided and abetted Combs in committing the unlawful violence against plaintiff described herein. are alter egos for Combs. Okay, all of that, so on and so forth. The court has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant because this case is between citizens of different states and the amount is controversy exceeds $75,000. The amount in controversy, excuse me. The court has specified personal jurisdiction over defendants because the acts giving rise to plaintiffs' claims took place in New York State and because several of the defendants are domiciled in New York. Jury demand. Plaintiff hereby demands a trial by jury on her claims in this action. Good for her. Factual allegations. So on or around September 7th, 2000, Labor Day weekend, y'all. At that time, she was 13. So let's add 24 years to that. Okay, 37 in today's time. Around 36, 37, 38. So she had a friend drive and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the VMAs, y'all. And you know they aim the VMAs at teenagers. You know, Video Music Awards, teenagers, MTV Awards, teenagers, preteens. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list and she believed she could gain entry. This is why it is so important that you teach your children not to idol worship. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, as this event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but the plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on a jumbotron, determined to get into the VMAs or an after party. Now, why would the 13-year-old? What type of 13-year-olds are trying to get into an after party? Apparently she was. She approached several limousine drivers. She approached the limousine drivers, parked nearby, and attempted to talk her way into either. There's something sadly wrong with a 13-year-old that's doing this by herself and seeking validation from strangers that she doesn't know because they're infamous and seen on TV. There is something wrong with the validation. And I'm wondering, where was this child's father, let alone mother, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, somebody, parental guidance? One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she would fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. Now, the driver felt like this was acceptable behavior. Pretty sad. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event and that he pick her up and take her to the after party. So now he's making arrangements with a minor. Later that evening, plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location. Never. Don't they tell you just say no to strangers, y'all? Never get into a stranger's car. Plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed to her a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her what he described as the after party. I guess they meant to say drove her to. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. So y'all just think, does any of these people know about a large white residence? Has anybody owned a property that looks like that in the past? Look into the residential records of these individuals with the U-shaped driveway. I am sure they like to parade and glamorize everything else all in your face on TV. But then they want to hide what they pick and choose. At first everybody want to be all up in the videos. What Suge Knight say? Everybody want to be all shimmy and jucking and jiving. And what did Diddy say about the cooning and buffooning, y'all? Hold on, because he's full of it. What did Diddy say about cooning and buffooning? This is what your boy had to say about the cooning and buffooning.
I will be saying something about it. I'm in amazement on what's going on in the world. But hey, who am I? I am somebody. Even I get tired of this, man. Woo. It's too much cooning and buffooning, y'all. Too much. We all guilty of it. But damn. I can't believe this is what hip hop has become, man. I just can't.
We can't believe it either. We can't believe it either, Puffy. We can't, Diddy. We can't believe this is what hip hop has come to. People go out there thinking they're gonna have a good time, listen to some music, and forget Conan and buffooning. Y'all back there having Diddy parties.
Mine is like, man. Y'all need to watch some documentaries on hip hop.
Is that a white building in the background with a U-shaped driveway, y'all?
Netflix has this great documentary on hip hop, the history of hip hop. I know, I think Steve Stout did one.
Now, keep in mind what he had. Steve Stout was seen at the Diddy parties, y'all. There's a list floating around of all the party goers.
Go to YouTube, man. Go to YouTube, man.
We are on YouTube, man, and you are all over the internet. You and your Christian King Kong son.
Man, somebody called me. I just think, man, some station on staying off my social devices.
Look at those pointed looking eyebrows and those pointed ears. Don't he look like one of the little gremlins, like the little Keebler elves, like a little devil? Doesn't he look like a little demonic devil? I always thought he kind of looked evil, y'all.
Too much cooning and buffooning. Too much cooning and buffooning. And believe me, when I get my thoughts together, I'm gonna figure out a way to articulate myself. Because this conversation ain't even for the whole world to hear. It's just for us. Believe me, they saying you
now, just like them after parties ain't for the world, huh? It's just for y'all, huh?
Booning and buffooning. Oh, believe me. And they loving every minute of it. And I'm not one to cast no stone, but damn it, I know when to stop. So
do you really know when to stop? Take that. Do you really know when to stop? No, you don't. You don't know. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. That's what you said. You don't know when to stop.
Everybody luck and positive energy. I know this is going way over some people's head. We're going to end it like this. Lord, please, Lord, just.
Yeah, enough with the nonsense. Let me get off here. All right, let's get back into this lawsuit, okay? Cooning and buffooning. Get out of here. So anyway, once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave the men her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Now, she was 13, so as a licensed realtor and as someone that used to settle bodily injury claims with attorneys all the time on behalf of minors and adults, a minor cannot make a decision to sign anything and make an agreement to any signature because they are not of legal age to do so. Therefore, the NDA is null and void. You can't do that. And whoever had her do that, like, oh, shame on them. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she had wanted to see at the VMAs. Wait staff circulated throughout the room carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. So she shouldn't have been there. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and or his agents, employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Look at this mess right here, y'all. That looks like an ink pen. So they are, oh gosh, these people are sick. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it. She entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. This room contained, she was very too comfortable. And she really should have been monitored because, again, where was her family structured that this person could just go to a stranger's house and do all this? Like, it doesn't make sense. Nobody was looking for her. This room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, television or any other furnishings. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. Which is celebrity B? Plaintiff immediately recognized all three individuals. Now, celebrity B better get the pan. Okay, that's what this is about. Celebrity B better get the pan, because if celebrity B doesn't get the pan, guess what? Celebrity B is going to be released as well. That's what this is about. And I believe celebrity, here comes the beehive. Shout out to Lil Kim, Queen B. Yeah, that's me. Now, I'm not saying the person was Lil Kim. We all know who the original Queen Bee was, okay? If you know, you know. Go back in the day, all right? Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." I believe he was looking crazy. How did he look just now when he was talking about Conan and buffooning? He was looking like a demonic Keebler elf. Look at him, pointed ears and everything, pointed eyebrows. If you saw this man in the dark, would you trust him? Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter. Ooh, what? As he vaginally raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched? Who has the gumption and the gall and the mental fortitude and lack of integrity, cooning and buffooning, y'all, to stand there and just watch this egregious act of terror and do nothing to stop this horrific act of crime being committed in front of their faces? After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. So it is safe to say that in Kim Porter's book, as she pointed out, Shawn Carter and Sean Combs had some type of intimate relations, because that's what she said in the book. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral fellatio on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and ran out of the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She then ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempted to help her. I can believe that, because these people are narcissistic. They don't care, and they're probably used to these egregious horror acts of terror. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on, so she left out of the party with no clothes on, running for her dear life, and nobody stopped to help her or cared. She left the scene in the dark. Plaintiff attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached a gas station she noticed on the way to the party. A female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Now, this does sound like a real victim, y'all. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts, and asked him to pick her up. Plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. I kind of believe this one. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect every facet of her life. Plaintiff suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and a seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. Plaintiff has had difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. Okay. Now, this is the question I'm going to ask. Did she file a police report? Did they press criminal charges when this happened? Did her father take her to the hospital? So these are the things that normal people would ask in a courtroom, right? I would ask. First cause of action, violation of New York Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, all defendants. Okay. And then they're repeating how, you know, he goes on to commit these acts against females based on gender. Maybe this was some type of, you know, I'm almost thinking it was maybe some type of ritual that they were partaking in at these white parties. And for whatever reason, they liked young, you know, children to do these acts on. It's almost like they're feeding the deity that they believe in. Because let's listen to, yeah, there are lyrics. Hold on, let me see if I can find the lyrics for y'all. Lucifer. Okay. And this is by Jay-Z, but nobody seemed to care back in the day when people kept saying that he worshiped the devil. Remember the Black Album? So I have the Black Album, and okay, here are the lyrics. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to chase you out of earth. Lucifer, Lucifer, son of the morning. So he's chanting, okay, chanting Lucifer. Now I'm going to try to play a little bit of it. Let me see. Excuse me, y'all.
Welcome to my wickedly open group chat where I.
All right, so we got to be real careful with this. Okay.
Change your attitude, funny asking what happened to you. Lord forgive him, he got them dark forces in him.
Lord forgive him. He got them dark forces in him. All right. He also, I remember on another song, it's so much, you know, that he talked about in his lyrics, saying, oh, secret societies, all we ask is trust. That's on one of Memphis Bleak's CDs, Secret Society, all we ask is trust. It's just, you know, he laughs and he makes fun of, he pokes at people that says something about, oh, you know, Jay-Z practices this, they worship this. I mean, it's always been in front of your face, but y'all chose to, you know, believe in Jay-Z and worship him like he's, you know, the end all be all. And that's what y'all continue to do with these people. But let's review the lyrics, okay? Let's go back. I don't want to keep playing this demonic stuff all across my channel, y'all. You could do that on your own time. Let's look at the lyrics. Lucifer. Okay, so son of the morning, I'm going to chase you out of earth. Let me break something down when it says son of the morning. Morning, this is why I don't say good morning, y'all, because this is what slaves would say. Mourning, mourning. That means you're in mourning. Usually when they said good morning, this means that the night prior, a slave had died. So the next time when you awaken, good morning. That means you're mourning. I always say good AM. I don't say good morning. So if you ever said good morning to me, now that I know better, I don't say good morning. I say good AM. All right. So son of the morning. The way that I hear that, you're in mourning, okay? I'm going to chase you out of earth. Lucifer, Lucifer. So when you say that twice, it's like you're chanting the name Lucifer, son of the morning. I'm from the murder capital where we murder for capital. Okay. I'm from the murder capital where we murder for capital. Lucifer, Lucifer, chanting again, son of the morning. I'm going to chase you out of earth. Y'all think this is a game? You think it's jokes? It's really not. These people really do what they rap about in their lyrics when they're throwing up the hand gestures and the symbols, when they're wearing it all on their clothes, when they show you these symbols, the Baphomet, all in their videos, when they're covering up their eyes, like it's all depicted in everything they show you in their pictures. These people are not playing. Y'all people are the only ones thinking this all a game, thinking it's all entertainment. They do spiritual practices and spiritual rituals at the VMA Awards, the BET Awards. I just showed you that on the last BET Awards show that we had this year when Will Smith was in the pit of hell dancing around with Kirk Franklin, that's supposed to be a man of gospel. All right, let's keep going. So Kanyeezy, you did it again. You a genius, ninja. Lucifer, Lucifer, son of the morning. So you need to change your attitude. For they asking what happened to you. Lucifer, Lucifer, he's chanting again. Lord, forgive him. He got them dark forces in him. We just heard him say that, right? But he also got a righteous cause for sinning. So he has a righteous cause to sin. Where does it say that in the Bible? It doesn't. But this is what, remember, they said Jay-Z follows Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley worships Satan, the devil, right? Do as thou shalt, okay? And he definitely wears that on his clothing. But y'all so sick in the head, y'all think it's all entertainment. Y'all are playing with demonic energy, demonic spirits. It's very dangerous. You can't have one foot in. You know, the Bible says you cannot be lukewarm. Either you're all the way in or you're all the way out. The devil doesn't take a half stepper. The same way that the good entity doesn't take a half stepper. Either you're good or you're evil. It's no, oh, I'm walking on the fence. You're going to destroy yourself that way. Let's continue. So it says Lucifer, Lucifer, chanting again. So basically, they're conjuring up a spirit in the song that you're listening to, playing it in your ears, all up in your headphones, dancing in the videos. You know what I'm saying? Lord, forgive him. He got the dark forces in him, but he also got a righteous cause for sinning. Them a murder me, so I got to murder them first. Emergency doctors performing procedures. Jesus, I ain't trying to be facetious, but vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You said it better than all. Now, listen to that part because he calls himself Jehovah. You heard about the Jehovah's Witness, okay? He thinks he's a God. He wants you to worship him. What did his business wife do? She bought a church. She wants people to worship her. It is said that she practices witchcraft. You don't believe me? Go back and watch the interview with her band, her drummer, the person from her band. They made fun of her a couple of years ago. I watched that girl. I think her name was Diamond somebody. She poked fun at this girl, but this stuff is very real. There are people that participate in practicing with dark forces and spiritual energy. Leave ninjas on death's door, breathing on respirators for killing my best boy haters. On permanent hiatus as I skate in the Maybach Benz, flyer than Sine Lathan, pumping brown sugar by D'Angelo in Los Angeles like an evangelist. I can introduce you to your maker, bring you closer to nature, ashes after they cremate you, bastards. Hope you've been reading your Psalms and chapters, paying your tithe, being good Catholics, I'm coming. He chants again, Lucifer, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm going to chase you out of the earth. Lucifer, Lucifer, keep going, okay? Murder capital, where we murder for capital. Yeah, I hear ringing in my ear. I already know, I know, okay? Let's keep going. So you need to change your attitude for they asking what happened to you. Yes, this is holy war. I wet y'all all with holy water. Spray from the heckler cock automatic. All the static shall cease to exist. Like a sabbatical, I throw a couple at you. Take 6. Spread love to all my dead thugs. I pour out a little Louis till I head above. Yes, sir. And when I perish, the meek shall inherit the earth. Till that time, it's on and poppin', church. Like Don Bishop, the 5th of Palm Cock Ether. Lift up your soul or give you the Holy Ghost. Please, I leave you in somebody's cathedral for stunting like Evil Knievel. I'll let you see where that bright light leads you. The more you talk, the more you irking us. The more you gonna need memorial services. So he's talking about Killing. Jay-Z, Shawn Carter sitting in a tree. Killing. Okay, the more you're gonna need memorial services, the Black Album, second verse. And do you understand why he named this album the Black Album? You didn't think that was a little suspicious? Dark forces, black energy, dark energy, y'all. The Black Album, second verse is like, Devil's Pie, save some dessert for us. This is straight coming from his lyrics, Lucifer, okay? Man, I gotta get my soul right. I gotta get these devils out my life. These cowards gonna make a ninja ride. They won't be happy till somebody die. He ain't the one doing it himself. He's getting people to do it for him. What happened to Kathy White, y'all? Look at Sean Combs. What happened to Tupac, allegedly? What happened to Kim Porter, allegedly? What happened to Al B. Shore, allegedly? What happened to Jamie Foxx, allegedly? What happened to Heavy D, allegedly? What happened to a whole host of other people that are no longer here, allegedly, in City College back in 1991, allegedly? So death follows these people, and they embrace dark energy. Now, continue on. It says, oh man, I got to get my soul right before I'm locked up for my whole life. Every time it seems it's all right. Somebody want their soul to rise. Let me get serious for y'all. I chase you off this earth 1 second. I got dreams of holding a 9mm to Bob's killer, asking him why as my eyes fill up. These days I can't wake up with a dry pillow. Gone but not forgotten, Holmes. I still feel you. So curse the day that birthed the bastard who caused your church mass. Reverse the crash, reverse the blast, and reverse the car. Reverse the day, and there you are. Bob Lob. Lord, forgive him. We all have sinned, but Bob's a good dude. Please let him in. And if you feel in my heart that I long for revenge, please blame it on the son of the morning. Thanks again. Okay? Who wrote this? Songwriters are Lee Perry, Kanye Amari West, Shawn C. Carter, and Max Romeo. So those are the Lucifer lyrics, y'all. Okay? There were some other lyrics that I wanted to go over to. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second, y'all. Very interesting, very telling. Hold on, because we need to review something else with this Shawn Carter thing. All right, let me keep going. Let me keep going. Wherefore, plaintiff respectively requests that judgment be entered against defendants as follows: awarding compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in an amount to be determined at trial, awarding punitive damage in an amount to be determined at trial, awarding attorneys' fees and costs pursuant to any applicable statute or law, awarding pre and post judgment interest on all such damages, fees, and or costs, attaching any and all defendants' real property and other assets located in the state of New York pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 64, and awarding such other and further relief as this court may deem just and proper. Respectfully submitted, the Buzbee law firm, Tony Buzbee. Now look, he also has all his information there for anybody that wants to click on the link and file a lawsuit, y'all. What I find interesting, he's the attorneys for plaintiff Jane Doe and the Ava Law Group as well. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's the 21 pages. I'm going to share the screen again. So I wanted to point something out. Excuse me, this one says defendant Shawn Carter's motion to deny plaintiff request to proceed anonymously. So they want the plaintiff to reveal her identity. And I would assume that this is following in the footsteps of Sean Diddy Combs. Very similar things that I'm seeing going on between the two of them with these lawsuits. Because why do you need her to come out? If you did this, you know who she is. And it says pursuant to federal civil to dismiss the complaint pursuant to federal blah, blah, blah. All right, plaintiff motion should be denied in full and her identity disclosed immediately as required by the federal rules. In the alternative, the court should dismiss the complaint under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12B. So they are actually filing to have this actually dismissed. Okay. And let's see why they're saying that. How many pages is this? For months, an extortionate campaign has been targeting this named defendant under cover of darkness. That campaign was cynical and calculated to force payment of an exorbitant sum of money. Defendant would have to pay X millions of dollars, irrespective of truth or else. When defendant refused to pay and instead took measures to establish his innocence, this unnamed plaintiff and her self-promoting counsel, whose name has been splashed across headlines and press conferences under auspices of representing her, went to extraordinary lengths to shut down fair defense. But those efforts too failed. Now, at last, the false, unfounded allegations that underlie this campaign of extortion are having judicial light shined on them, except that this plaintiff is bringing them as a doe who would continue to hide under cover of darkness. Lucifer, didn't he say he lives in the darkness, y'all? He should like this, right? Because that tactic is inconsistent with a genuine effort to determine the truth or falsity of these allegations, as opposed to an effort to procure a quick extortionate settlement. So basically, what they're saying is that Hove is being extortion. He's being extorted. All right. Defendant is respectively seeking either dismissal of the allegations or disclosure of the plaintiff's identity. Now, I feel that the plaintiff's identity is a thing in question, because if they're already saying that the attorney has been harassed and stalked, as well as his family members, what do you think is going to happen if they find out who the plaintiff's family members are? What do you think is going to happen to the plaintiff? Fair is fair. It is not consistent with justice, fairness, or the rules governing federal proceedings for the plaintiff and her counsel to smear defendant's good name. Is his name really good? Okay. In ways that are calculated to feed media coverage and thus inflict maximum public relations damage, while the core fact of plaintiff's identity, revelation of which stands to discredit her entire case, remains wholly hidden from view. It says defendant Shawn Carter has built an impeccable reputation. According to who? Okay, I digress. He has never been accused of, let alone engaged in any sexual misconduct. How do you know that? Have you lived with him your entire life, every second of the day? Until today, when plaintiff, in an amended complaint filed by attorney Tony Buzbee, has leveled baseless allegations and accused Mr. Carter of despicable acts while hiding behind the pseudonym Jane Doe. These claims are not about justice for victims, nor are they about giving victims of violence a voice. Instead, they are merely the next chapter in attorney Buzbee's sprawling extortion saga, a saga whose aim is based and measured in dollars. Buzbee has devoted himself to the business of extracting large settlements from celebrities, high net worth individuals, and businesses with any public ties to Sean Combs. Following his indictment for S crimes in September of 2024. Well, guess what? If Sean Diddy Combs was not involved in these acts, there would be nothing to extort him for, and he wouldn't be in this situation, right? And all the people that are tied to him that were complicit and watching and standing by and observing and partaking in this wouldn't be going on today. References to justice or sunlight serve only as window dressing. Make no mistake, this case is about retaliating against the rare target who would not pay. Attorney Buzbee has a history of targeting celebrities by making false allegations of misconduct, and Mr. Carter sought to expose Attorney Buzbee's latest extortion scheme in California lawsuit on November 18th, 2024, after receiving a demand letter from Attorney Buzbee, Exhibit 1. Let me let y'all know, it's not uncommon for attorneys to send a demand letter to settle, because even in insurance claims, and I know this is totally different, but the first thing the insurance company is going to try to do before you go to the hospital, get an attorney, they're going to give you money. Like if you get into a car accident, and usually if you say, oh, especially if they know that their insured was at fault, the first thing they're going to ask you, were you hurt? Were you injured? Did you have any passengers? Because I used to actually do these claims, so I know what they do. They're going to give you money even if you didn't go to the hospital. If you have bodily injury liability on the policy and you were at fault, your insurance company is going to try to settle for you on your behalf to indemnify you, because you don't want the person saying, oh, you didn't even try to compensate me. You were at fault. So now, guess what? My neck hurt, my back hurt, my head hurt. I'm having headaches. I can't sleep. Now you're going to pile on medical expenses and claims. Now, what happens? You have actually built up evidence showing that as a result of this, now you have compiled all these bills. Now you can't work. Now you got to, go to therapy. I've seen what happens. So they try to get in front of it and stop it before it grows out of control, because there's no reason, if you weren't really injured, but because the insurance company didn't want to pay a few $100s, then now they're paying thousands of dollars. So it's kind of a similar situation here. But I mean, I don't agree with anybody, you know, violating anyone's rights, especially, physically doing something to them outside of their will. If that did take place, I don't agree with that. And I don't think any amount of money can really compensate a person for something they had to experience, because you cannot undo those experiences. You can't unsee what you saw. You can't unhear what you heard, and you can't undo what you have lived. Those memories will always be there, regardless. So let's keep going, y'all. At the time, Attorney Busby knew who Mr. Carter was, even as Mr. Carter remained in the dark, as he does today, about the identity of Mr. Busby's client. Plaintiff and Attorney Busby now bring these claims against Mr. Carter in a clear act of retaliation, as the complaint admits on its face. When Mr. Carter was being extorted, he could not speak out without revealing his identity and the heinous allegations made against him, which are patently false or blatantly false. I think they meant to say blatantly false. That would be playing into Attorney Busby's game and the leverage he is wielding. The upshot would be highly sensational. I'm thinking about something. They're saying that Mr. Carter remained in the dark, as he does today, about the identity of Mr. Busby, but the whole time Mr. Busby knew who Shawn Carter was. Okay. He wasn't caught off guard by these allegations, I can tell you that. The upshot would be highly sensational and equally false. Allegations being broadcast across social media and the press, thereby maximizing the pressure exerted against extortion targets to satisfy his monetary demands, irrespective of the truth. Because Mr. Carter called upon the courts rather than paying, he has now been sued. So be it. One way or another, Mr. Carter is entitled and positioned to exonerate himself through the legal process. In this case, he will vigorously defend himself and expose the truth that the allegation and the complaints are false. But disclosure of plaintiff's identity is among the most essential basic tools that can and should enable Mr. Carter to vindicate himself. Why do they want her to reveal her identity so bad? Mr. Carter should not have to defend himself in the brightest of spotlights against an accuser who hides and complete. If the girl was 13 when this happened, she was a minor. And usually when minors are involved in stuff like this, they don't reveal the identity of a child. Okay. Complete darkness while leveling allegations that describe the purported acts occurring in the plain sight of witnesses who could refute the plaintiff's claims if only her identity was revealed. Yeah, but you're saying that the witnesses could refute her claims. The witnesses were basically complicit and accomplices, if you ask me, because they didn't do anything to stop it, and they allowed her to go past them, they said that she escaped in the dark with her clothes and nobody tried to help her. So, like, do you really think any of these witnesses are going to talk on her behalf? No, because they are probably on these Diddy tapes and they don't want to be implicated. In the American judicial system, lawsuits are public by their nature and their design. The public is meant to know the facts involved and the identities of the parties. Indeed, federal law. Well, so if that's the case, then the public needs to know about these celebrity B. Who's celebrity B? Because the public needs to know. Isn't there a Truth and Information Act? We want to know who celebrity B is, y'all. And we want to know about the other party goers and who's on these Diddy tapes and on those flight logs. Okay. And going to these Epstein Islands for Rail and Jada and Will and all the other people that were named. Indeed, federal law requires that all parties litigate using their true names. Parties are exempted from this mandate only in exceptional cases where, for instance, allowing the party to proceed anonymously will protect him or her from physical violence, deportation, imprisonment, or severe harassment. So I believe that that's why she's protecting her identity. They just named it. Here, plaintiff has chosen to sue Mr. Carter anonymously using the pseudonym Jane Doe, yet has not alleged any facts that would allow her to sidestep the federal mandate requiring that all parties must litigate using their true names. Indeed, plaintiff's allegations exhibit none of the special circumstances. Okay, so they're refuting the fact that she's filing this claim as a Jane Doe, okay? And they don't think she should be able to do it. Let's keep going. They said affidavit does not indicate how an attorney from Texas is competent to testify as to the mental state of plaintiff, let alone how he has personal knowledge of what happened to her in New York to supposedly cause that mental state. The declaration does little more than parrot Buzbee's own motivations and a legal standard. That is, it does not provide any actual facts and indicating that plaintiff is in need of extraordinary protection. Suffice it to say that attorney proffered innuendo and generic accusations do not suffice to justify why Mr. Carter and the American public should be denied access to plaintiff's identity in this highly public litigation. Well, I feel like the American public need to know who Celebrity B is that sat back and watched this egregious behavior. And anything, and see, here's the issue with this. It's going to be if she doesn't have evidence, if she doesn't have video footage, I don't know if the feds have a tape showing this. I doubt that Diddy would have, I don't know if he would have this on tape, but like if this occurred, where is her physical proof? Where's her evidence? Where's her police report? Where are her witnesses? Everybody there are conspirators to the Diddy party and what was going on. They're not going to defend her honor, y'all. So is her word all these years ago. And then we don't know if there's a police report. We don't know if there were, any indication that she went to seek medical help, medical records, anything like that. So how do you prove this? That's my thing. This can be a weak argument, a weak case. It's very unfortunate, but that's how I see it, y'all. It's always what you can prove in a court of law is what can you prove? So you can make all types of allegations and sue people. That doesn't mean you're going to win a settlement just because you can claim anything. Anybody can go and make a false claim against someone. That does not mean that it's true. And I mean, unfortunately, this is what's going on in this case right here, y'all. It's sad that people, if this happened, it's sad that people might get away with these behaviors, okay? Let's keep going, y'all. It is fundamental in the American legal tradition that a person accused of such allegations has the right to know the identity of the accuser and confront that person in open court. Moreover, the amended complaint itself makes clear what this is all about, not justice, but a quick and large settlement against a celebrity. The amended complaint on its face alleges that Buzbee chose to sue Mr. Carter because he fought back against Buzbee's extortionate tactics. Mm, 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 mm. Let's continue on. It says that the complaint only makes broad and generalized assertions about Attorney Busby's other clients. Yeah, I can see that because if you are including Shawn Carter, I mean, I get that he has some type of connection to Diddy, but like if you're suing Shawn Carter, you need to talk about Shawn Carter and what his history and past that you can prove. I mean, even allegations aren't proven until they're actually proven. So, what factual evidence do you have? Now, I showed you the evidence how he mushed that woman in the face, right, in public, and nobody did anything. All his homeboys, his flunkies were standing around just watching. And then he lied and said, oh, yeah, they were playing, they play fight like that. That's his homegirl, which I highly don't even believe that. We saw Jazzo come back and retract his statement. I do believe that Jay-Z has ties to the mafia, just like the Clintons, allegedly. But you can look at the documentary and see that. Why do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce was endorsing the Clintons so much? They have a lot of things in common, y'all. They can get rid of people. All right, let's continue. Oh, and let's not forget that guy. What was it? Beyonce's bodyguard is no longer here, allegedly, because he was saying how she supposedly, coming out of his mouth, was she's on drugs, and apparently Jay-Z keeps her that way. That's coming from the bodyguard, y'all. That's no longer here. Kind of like, how Kim Porter wrote her book. Well, she started writing a book and she's no longer here. Somehow Sean Diddy got rid of her and somehow Kathy White got deleted. I mean, just put the puzzle pieces together of who hangs around each other. It is my strong belief that Shawn Carter and Sean Combs are FBI informants. I also believe that they have controlled opposition in this case by the name of what's her name? Lamisha Fuller potentially is a controlled opposition. If you look into politics and the CIA tactics that are involved in what they do to the public, high political figures utilize media to run interference all the time so that you can start to discredit people that really have been victimized, y'all. Again, I'm going to revert back to my original question. Where are the children? Because there are videos, there are supposedly secret tunnels. Allegedly, there are a bunch of missing children. I have videos talking about buses of children, little girls being taken to Sean Diddy's residence, Sean Combs' residence, late in the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the a.m. And I'm trying to understand why nobody's talking about the children, but people are more concerned about these adults now. But you have innocent children who are, who knows where they are or what has happened to them. Nobody's speaking about these children, but they exist. They're somewhere and they exist. And no, they don't have a voice because nobody's speaking for them. Find it highly suspicious and it's very troubling. It's sad, y'all. They keep talking about Buzbee, Buzbee, Buzbee. Buzbee, Buzbee, Buzbee. Okay, now I'm going to read this. Tony Buzbee, regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and will litigate the facts in court, not in the media. Okay. Okay, then. Tony Buzbee said, recognize this guy. This is a picture of the weapons platoon commander, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines, from our old Western Pacific cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family, I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I am quite certain the sun is coming. Lucifer going in the morning, I'm gonna get you out of the sun. All this dark energy, y'all. Let's keep going. So they still talking about Buzbee, all the things that he said he was going to target other unnamed celebrities, and he's in social media a lot. The tactics are designed to silence the other extortion victims who, like Mr. Carter, have been targeted by Attorney Buzbee, blah, 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 blah. Procedural history. Okay, so really this is an attack. They're going against Buzbee, okay? They want the motion denied. Okay. Plaintiff's allegations, as pleaded, are highly sensitive and personal in that they describe SA to be sure one that Mr. Carter was not involved in. However, allegations of SA by themselves are not sufficient to entitle a plaintiff to proceed under a pseudonym. And they reference Skyline Automobile. Courts in the district have denied motions to proceed under a pseudonym despite concluding that the plaintiff's allegations were highly sensitive and personal. Denying motion despite concluding that the allegations of the complaint are true. Plaintiff was the victim of a brutal SA and was very legitimate privacy concerns. So they're referencing other court cases where someone is claiming that they were, assaulted in the same manner. And they had motions to, I think, deny or throw them out because they didn't want them to file these cases as a Doe or Jane Doe. Yeah, they had to reveal who they were. So he's referencing other cases where this is taking place. The plaintiff has no evidence to any actual risk of harm to her whatsoever. That's what they're saying. I don't believe that because if the attorney's saying that he's being followed, family members of all this stuff is happening to the attorney, what do you think will happen to her? So, oh boy. And yeah, of course he's denying it, so he doesn't know who she is. Skimming through here, y'all. All right, so I think that pretty much sums it up. This is actually 29 pages. So they're saying that if she's going to file this complaint, they want this one thrown out and she will have to reveal her name. Basically, that's the conclusion. To the extent she fails to do so, Mr. Carter would request the court then dismiss the complaint for failing to satisfy the above and therefore failing to establish subject matter jurisdiction. Okay. So they're trying to say that she doesn't really have evidence, to file this complaint. He's strongly denying it, y'all. So I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? It's very interesting that this is coming out. Very interesting accusations being made against Shawn Carter. Like I said, I think it's going to be a little difficult to prove this because it happened so long ago. You're just going on the account of her memory. And she already said that she had been given some type of liquid substance which made her woozy. She had to go lay down. And that's when, Sean Combs entered the bedroom, and they could even pose the argument of, okay, how does she remember if she, was out of it? She said she was drowsy, she wasn't feeling well, she had to lay down. But then again, something that has taken place that is so horrific, you're going to have some memory of it. Um, I just she doesn't seem like she has any witnesses. I mean, unless whoever dropped her off, did she call them? They said she called her father. So is her father going to testify as a witness? Were there police reports? Was there a doctor visit, hospital visit, ambulance, anything? Of course, these celebrities at the party, they are not coming forward to testify on her behalf as a witness. But as I said, you can be an accomplice or you can be a witness. You can be an accomplice or you can be a witness. All right. So that's just my thoughts on this whole thing. I don't know how long I've been on here, y'all. I didn't mean to go this long. Let me see if I can take a look here. There were some other things, about the whole Shawn Carter thing that I wanted to get into, but I think I've been on here long enough. I think I did a pretty good job of pretty much going through the details of this document. We went through both documents, the one that they filed against Shawn Carter and the one that Shawn Carter's attorney filed against her. And I also heard that Rock Nation made a statement on behalf of Shawn Carter, which that's not coming from him. Okay. Now I can pull that up. Rock Nation. Let me see. Statement. Let's see. Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Rock Nation. Jay-Z releases a statement after being accused in a lawsuit. Okay, I'll read it here. It says, these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, with 2 exclamation marks. Very angry. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Lucifer, come in the morning. Carter said in a statement to NBC News, murder, murder. All we ask is trust. Secret society, all we ask for us. Yeah, I'm just remixing his songs. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. The statement was also posted to social media by entertainment company Rock Nation, founded by Jay-Z. The full statement can be found below. So, inquiring minds wants to know, so let's take a look. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Buzbee. The demand letter is not a blackmail attempt, y'all. This is something that is done quite frequently to settle. But like I said, my issue with a lot of these things, these filings, is that they are not filing criminal, they're filing civil, and they're asking for money. You need to be wanting these people to serve time, okay? It says, no, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very, hold on, let me share my screen because these people are typing in all capital letters. Oh, shoot now. Sorry about that, y'all. I was recording this. Okay, share. So y'all can see it for yourselves as well. My lawyer, okay. All right, it says, Very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. That's what it says. I will not give you one red penny. Um, these allegations are so heinous in nature, right? It says these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These allegations would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you would have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Buzbee, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor, and you have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family, my wife, and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. So all of this is going to happen to Blue Ivy, right? And that's who they're referencing because they're Sir and Rummy. We never hear about the twins. And she's going to have to explain all this to her friends because of what's going on in the media. That's far stretched, but okay. I mean, it's possible. But shouldn't she be explaining the weird behavior that's been taking place all along anyway? You know, with the Lucifer lyrics and with the spirit cooking and with all the demonic Baphomet symbols, the egregious, things that we've seen in music videos. I mean, wouldn't that be a little weird and strange? Oh, but no, because they probably all hang out with her, right? Okay, anyway. Let's keep going. She probably hangs out with, all the Hollywood people. They're weird anyway. They're weird. Those people are weird and strange. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. You're talking about, you know what? What about the children that are trapped in these tunnels? That's being trafficked from mansion to mansion, allegedly. That's coming to by busloads, according to Sean Combs' neighbor, late at night. You're not worried about that. You're worried about what Blue Ivy's enduring. Nothing. Okay, let's keep going. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to explain inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. Really? Really? Nonsense of it all. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. Ambulance chaser, huh? Well, join the club because there is such thing as ambulance chasers in the state of Florida that actually have hired people to stand on street corners to watch and see when they have accidents and approach the people that were involved in the accident to see if they are hurt. We'll call the ambulance for them. And I'm telling you, we had so many demand letters. We had so many affidavit of disclosures because as soon as a person had an accident, they had an attorney just like that. Just like that. So this does exist. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. Smug, are we? I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. Hello, Brooklyn. If I have a daughter, guess what I'm gonna call her? Brooklyn Carter. Y'all remember that was on the American Gangster soundtrack with Lil Wayne? We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. Laughing to the bank. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. I've seen enough. I've seen enough, y'all. I've seen enough. That is it. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe if you care. We're going to come back on and I'm still going to revisit Adria English's lawsuit because I didn't get through all of that. It is, rather late here. My phone is dying. I need to put it on the charger. And I need to get prepared for tomorrow, y'all. So I am going to sign off. I'm going to close out. And as always, I'm going to say continue to walk in your divinity. And hopefully we'll be back on tomorrow so that we can explore some more lawsuits. I'm going to give you my opinion and I'll be bringing up some more video clips so that we can take a look and hone in on the thoughts and allegations posed against yours truly. And yeah, that is it, y'all. So I'm signing out. You all continue to stay blessed. Until next time, thank you so much for joining and watching. Okay. All right.